It's another interesting day and an interesting episode on Let's Talk About Love. I know you've enjoyed the very two episodes, and you're also commenting as well. Just keep the comments coming, keep the likes, and you can also share and subscribe. Tell others, tell your friends, and tell your friends to tell other friends to know that Let's Talk About Love is here to help you deal with all your relationship issues, giving you the signs and tips and other interesting things. So remember to subscribe to Flexible TV, and also let me tell you that Flexible TV is giving people the opportunity, people like you and I, independent content creators, to create content and make money out of it. So all you have to do is just contact Flexible TV and they are going to help you out. So today, what are we looking at? We are looking at 10 things that can make a man either cheat on you or run away from you. And sometimes it's interesting. We think that we deal with our guys in a way that they should love us, they should show us and give us the best of care and attention. And we think that we are also giving our best in all that we are doing. But sometimes at the end of the day, the guys end up leaving, or sometimes they even cheat on us, and we do not understand. Yes, it's a bit mind-boggling. It's strange, to come to think of it, that you are there with your guy, there is nothing wrong, and then all of a sudden he starts cheating on you. Well, it could be that you are doing all of these 10 things that I am about to mention. Number one, sticking to the rules of relationship play. Now, I don't know where this came from, but it's a concept that people have subscribed to, that there are certain rules and gameplay in relationship that you ought to stick to. For instance, if your guy calls you and you pick immediately, you are showing him too much love. You are helping him see that you love him too much. So you don't pick the first call, you don't pick the second, you wait till the third and then you pick. If you do these things, my sister, you are only creating way for the guy to leave. Now, what you are indirectly, I'm a guy, what you are indirectly telling us as a guy is that we are not really important to you. There are more important things to us. There are more important things to you than us. We are not a priority. That's why when we call you first, second, third, you are not going to pick. If there is any situation, if there is any fight or quarrel that happens and the guy apologizes, you don't immediately accept. You linger on, and then deep in your mind, you've accepted the apology, but you play tough, you play hard. My sister, if you are doing any of these things, then remember that you are putting your relationship in jeopardy. Don't make that mistake. Relationship is about life. Gameplay, games is not for real things. It is virtual. That is why it is game. It is not the actual thing. That is why we call it a game. So kindly get that in mind. Stop sticking to those obnoxious rules of relationship play or gameplay. It wouldn't help you. You are rather encouraging your man to cheat because he feels that there are more important things. So he is also going to go to a place where the other woman would make him feel more important, or he's going to run away like a free bird. Number two, don't always be the recipient of love and gifts. Of course, in a relationship, you can spice it up when you give gifts to your guy, when a guy also gives gifts to you, and vice versa. These are things that spice up a relationship. Of course, the first thing is communication. When there's that sweet, constant communication, you have equal goals, you have things that you are planning, you have things that you all want to achieve in life. It makes a relationship fun. But immediately when you start being, how will I put it? Immediately when you start being stingy, immediately when you start being so self-centered that you do not give the gift, you do not show the love, but you always want to do be at the receiving end. So ask yourself, how many times do you call your guy to ask about him? How many times do you call to check on him? Do you always have to wait for him to call and check on you? Do you necessarily have to wait for his birthday before you get him a gift? Do these very little things for him. Don't wait till a big day to show him that you love him. Show that love. Be there for him, and as he's always there for you, you'd have a very good relationship. Else he is going to run away from you, or he's going to get another woman who will give him the things you are not giving him. Number 3, someone will say, don't make your guy or your husband feel like he's an ATM machine. You know that, because there's one thing with guys, we love to give, especially when we have, and when it comes to money, it's something that would give to our partners to make them feel okay, to make them feel good, to solve a need, to help solve an issue. But if you let that become more of our responsibility, for instance, you need to go to school, your school fees, and you want your boyfriend to pay your school fees for you, that's wrong. He's not responsible for some of these things. He may support you, but it shouldn't be his relationship. You're in a relationship and you want money to go and fix your hair, and you think it's his responsibility. Sorry, my sister, these things are not his responsibility. Of course, when you become beautiful, you look beautiful for yourself, most importantly, and then on the other hand, you also look beautiful for him. And of course, he gets the accolades that, yeah, that's my baby or that's my girlfriend. That's cool. But you also need to own up to certain responsibilities in the relationship. Don't always be at the receiving end, asking for mobile money. Today you don't have money, tomorrow you don't have money. These things are a push off, my dear. Once you do so, you drive your man away. Never do that. Never dream of doing so. If you become a bank, if you become a Momo agent, and if you want your guy to feel like he is an ATM, then my sister, sorry, he's going to go where the woman won't make any of these demands, or he'll run away. Number 4, you always want to win the argument. So it's understandable that when it comes to issues of relationship, there are quarrels, there are misunderstandings. These things will come even in our own homes with our parents and siblings. Sometimes we have these little misunderstandings. But the truth of the matter is that don't always try to win the argument. If there's an issue, compromise. He will also compromise. Sit down, talk about the issue. It's not about screaming or yelling or who is right or who is not right. It's about solving the issue as amicably as possible, and as responsible adults, you need to do so. So, and when there's a fight or when there's an argument, when there's a misunderstanding, talk about it. Don't always want to win the argument. If you always want to win the argument, there is no way you are going to reason on the issue. Maybe in effect you are the one who was at fault, but the guy loves you, so he would want to just accept that he was at fault, and then the relationship can move on. But at a point in time, when it becomes too much, he loses control, and then he'll either look for another woman who will give him that peace of mind, or he'll run away from you. As simple as that. Number 5, nagging. So women would love to nag, or some women would love to nag about very little issues. Every little thing they would want to complain. My sister, immediately you start doing these things, know that you are losing your man. You are losing your guy. The relationship is tilting towards a nosedive, and very soon I'm sure that your guy is not gonna be with you. The relationship is likely to end. So stop nagging, do what is right, and always enjoy that relationship. Number 6, being disrespectful. There's a very clear difference between being assertive and being disrespectful. There's a clear difference between fighting for your rights and being disrespectful. They may look similar, but they are not the same. So, how do you treat your guy? Do you treat him as some piece of rag? Do you talk to him anyhow? Do you do things that sound or look very disrespectful? When he's with his colleagues, how do you treat him? How do you call him? If there's an issue and there are people around you, how do you react? Have you thought of how it's going to affect his career? Have you thought of how it's going to affect his image? Have you thought of how it's going to affect him psychologically or even emotionally when you disrespect him? When you say things that are wrong, you say things that you don't know, you suspect him of cheating without any due cause, just because you saw a makeup dent on his shirt, so you think he's cheating on you, and as a result of that you would want to act disrespectful. My sister, once you start doing these things, once you start insulting your guy, once you start doing any of these things, know that you are being disrespectful. And of course, no man wants to be disrespected. Not even in man, no human wants to be disrespected. So once you are disrespecting your guy, then he is certainly off. Number 7, thou shalt not be ungrateful. Being ungrateful is one of the things that can ruin your relationship. According to a study, in a relationship, one thing that kills relationship is ungratefulness. Usually, how do you react when he has given you a gift? Instead of appreciating it, do you make comparisons? Do you say that last time you bought me this, you promised to get me this, and this time look at what you've got me, I don't like it? Or on the other hand, do you do any of these things? If there is a fight, if there is something, then you bring. Or do you think that it is because you bought me what I wanted or you gave me what I wanted, that is why you think that I should agree to this demand? If you do so, if you say that, then that means that you were not grateful for the gift. You only took it because you felt entitled to it. And now that there is an issue, you'd want to just override the kind nature, the kind heart that engulfed it's being given it to you. If you do so, that's not so good. Do not be ungrateful. If he gives you money, if he gives you any gift and you feel it's an inadequate and you feel it's so, just nicely tell him that you appreciate his effort, you appreciate what you like, but you would be happier if he could do so or A, B, C, D for you, and that will make it more good. So that is that. Do not be ungrateful. Just let your guy know that you appreciate whatever he does for you. Number 8, discussing your relationship with a third party. And sometimes I have a very huge problem when it comes to this particular one. Some women would discuss every little thing about their relationship with a third party. These are things that as guys turn us off. It is a senior turn off for a lot of guys. You don't do so. You don't discuss your relationship with a third party. If you have a problem with your guy, with your man, with your husband, confront him. Talk to him, reason with him. He is human. No matter how he is, definitely he's going to see some sense in what you've said or what you've put before him. Do not jump the horse. Do not jump the gun and do things that wouldn't inure to your benefit in the relationship by discussing what goes on in your relationship with others. The one you're discussing with, does she also discuss hers with you? Even if she does, is it necessary that you must also do so with her? This is not good. Never do that. If you are doing it, kindly stop. Number 9, doubting the capabilities of your guy. One thing that really hurts the soul of a guy is to doubt his capabilities. For instance, at the kitchen, you're cooking and he offers to help you. Don't say, oh, no. You don't know how to cut these onions. You don't know how to grind tomato. You don't know how to blend this. You are just wasting my time. These things are very hurt. These things kill initiative. These things kill that love bond, because then it means that you don't believe in him. You don't think he can do it. Even if he can't do it, just find a nice way and tell him, maybe, darling, could you do it this way? Darling, you're doing it nice, but you can also do it by turning it off this way or turning it that way. That will make it good. If you do that, then he knows that, okay, he's not doing it well, but You appreciate the little effort he's putting inside, and that will encourage him or motivate him to do more. But immediately you start nagging, you start talking, hey, don't do this, you always destroy this, you always do that. It really pisses guys off a lot, and if you do so, it's not so good. So don't ever doubt the capabilities of your partner. And the final one, which I know a lot of people may comment on, especially, is the issue with grooming. Bad grooming, bad dressing, how you keep yourself will determine whether your guy or your husband or your man will stay with you or will move to another woman or even quit the relationship with you. Of course, we are not endorsing divorce. We are not endorsing that a guy should leave a girl. But for your own image, for your own reputation, why don't you think for a second how my dressing speaks of me? Do you think about it? Does my outfit say something about me? What do people think about me when they look at me in terms of my dressing and grooming? Does it honor even me? How much more my husband or my boyfriend or my fiancé? If you're able to think through these things, then we would be extra careful, because these are the things that attract guys. So if on the other hand, you're not doing this and there's another girl or another woman out there who is doing about 8 or 9 or even 3 of these things, and in addition dresses well. Now, dressing well does not mean buying expensive clothes, wearing expensive perfume and all that. It is keeping what you have neat and wearing it well, and wearing the right dress for the right occasion. This is what we are talking about. It's not nothing strange. You may not have money to wear the Brazilian wig or the very expensive human hair, but if you can style it nicely, if you can trim your hair and style the top, you'd look elegant, you look beautiful in your natural cut, and this could attract your guy or your husband more to you. Have you thought about that? So my sisters, if we really want to enjoy the company of our boyfriends, our husbands, our partners, then we should ensure that we do not do any of these 10 things that I have mentioned, because these are things that can make a man run away from you. It can make a man cheat on you. So that is how we end today's episode. Remember to subscribe to Flexible TV. So till we meet again for the next episode, always keep watching Flexible TV, and remember to like, comment, subscribe and share this particular video. Thank you.